Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another video. This is going to be a little Sunday chat. We haven't had a Sunday talk in a while. And I just wanted to make a video on the Women's March because it seems like the Women's March, number one, the Women's Marches were like massive and they were like all over the country, and it seems like they've been very polarizing. So you have some people that are like really, really here for them, and some people that are like really not here for them at all. So I just wanted to make a little chat video about that. You guys know that I'm not here for white feminism. I've made a few videos now about white feminism and how white feminism has historically been mired in racism and has always been more about white women trying to attain the same rights as white men rather than equality for all women. So please check out my videos on that if you haven't seen those. White women have consistently hung women of color and especially black women out to dry because they don't want to give up their white privilege. That's just, white privilege is a hell of a drug, like I always say. So I know for a lot of black women, the idea of like a woman's march, like I'm adding quotes for emphasis, the idea of a woman's march is like laughable because white women historically don't really care about gender. They care about power. They care about getting more power for themselves, specifically as white people, not for all women. And they put race over gender every time. The most recent example being, drumroll please, the election. Most recent example of this, white women were white first and they were women second when the majority of them voted for Trump and not Hillary Clinton. And that just is what it is. A black girl, I saw a picture of a black girl at the Women's March in DC that had a sign that I saw posted everywhere on social media. And the sign said, don't forget white women voted for Trump, right? Like, we wouldn't even have to have a Women's March and protest if white chicks hadn't voted for the fucking orange Cheeto. Like, there's a bit of cruel irony there. Like, y'all made your bed, but now you don't want to lay in it, right? Like, so to me, it's perfectly reasonable that many women of color, again, especially black women, didn't feel comfortable attending a women's march with white women that have historically been our enemies because they put race over gender. So for all the people that were like, they don't think that, they don't feel comfortable, they don't want to march with white women, they don't feel safe, like, I totally, completely, 100% understand that. But on the flip side of that, with all that being said, you guys know sometimes I have to play my little devil's advocate card. I do think that this march was interesting in that, in my opinion, it truly feels like a step forward in terms of a step forward for intersectional feminism or womanism, whichever you prefer. I kind of like intersectional womanism spelled with a Y, like for what it's worth. I kind of like that idea of intersectional womanism. Like the marches were massive and they were spread out across cities worldwide, and everywhere I saw black women in the forefront. I saw black women on stage speaking. I saw black women with signs, just like the one that girl had that's all over social media. I saw black women that signs that said, fuck it, I'll do it myself, a black woman, visual reminders that y'all white girls fucked up and that black women do fucking everything for everyone. I saw videos of black women chanting, we're at a women's march, but Black lives still matter, at various different marches across the country. I saw Indigenous women with banners marching for Indigenous rights. I saw women from Indigenous tribes performing rituals and praying in their native tongue while wearing traditional garb. I saw that on Twitter. I will be including a link in the description box for anybody that wants to watch that, because it was like really incredible to see. I saw women of color from anti-gentrification groups with signs that said, like, does your feminism gentrify my hood? People really calling out these white women in a real life space, not just holding hands and fucking singing Kumbaya because it's a woman's march, And I saw white chicks falling the fuck back and black women stepping forward, women of color stepping forward, queer women of color stepping forward, marginalized groups stepping forward, the type of shit that you would not see 5 years ago, 3 years ago in like a mainstream feminist fucking space, which was really interesting. And I also find it really interesting that nothing related to this march, like, explicitly used the word feminist. Nothing, like, official, like, it was a woman's march. It didn't say feminism, like, it was just like a woman's march, which I also thought was really interesting and deliberate. I thought that seemed very deliberate. And like I said, I think it's a step in the right direction in terms of intersectional womanism and distancing, ourselves from the standard racist idea of white feminism. So even though I completely understand how this seems ridiculous to a lot of people, I also appreciate all the Black women and other women of color that marched and made their presences known in that space, you know, because we are the women, Black women, women of color, that really make the world go round, not fucking racist white girls that now have buyer's remorse. So now they want to, like, go out and march, you know. It's funny, it's ironic. Even though I will say, to be fair, 90% of DC, of my city, voted Democratic like we do every election. And so did most of LA. And those are the two cities that had the biggest turnout. DC was like 500,000 and LA was like 750,000. So, you know, like, maybe the white girls in DC and LA really didn't vote for Trump, maybe. But I'm side-eyeing the bitches protesting in, like, Boise, Idaho. Like, bitch, you voted for Trump. Twitter had this fucking moment, Twitter moments, that was like, women's marches and flyover states. That was like the name of the moment. And it was like, oh, look at all the protests in middle America. Like, look, yeah. I'm like, nah, you bitches voted for Trump and now you feel bad. Those are the women that if you ask them, when the pollsters called them, they said, yeah, I'm voting for Hillary. And then they, like, secretly went like little rats and voted for Trump. And now they're secretly out there fucking protesting. Like, we see you, bitch. Like, we see you. See you. So those are just some of my thoughts on the Women's March. I just wanted to make a quick little video, Sunday chat. Haven't had one of these in a while. What did you guys think? Did any of you guys go? Did you not go? Were you feeling it? Were you not feeling it? One of you guys wrote me on Twitter, hi, for watching this video, that she went to the Women's March, I believe the one in DC, and she made a sign, and the sign was based off of a quote from my book. It said, we were sold a dream, and now that dream has turned into a nightmare, and that was pretty cool to see. So if you're watching this video, hi, that was cool. So thank you for sending me that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, there will be links in the description box. Food for thought as always. Quick little video, Sunday chat. See you guys next time. Peace.